Have you ever felt like you're getting poorer even though your lifestyle hasn't changed? Prices creep up, products shrink without warning, and your money just seems to vanish. That feeling has a name: inflation. It's an invisible force that quietly eats away at your purchasing power without you even noticing. In this video, you're going to find out 5 sneaky ways inflation is stealing money from your wallet and how you can use Stoic thinking to protect yourself and act wisely. Stick around until the end, because in the last tip, you'll find out why even your safest investments might be fooling you. Let's begin. 1. The cost of doing nothing. You keep getting the same paycheck, or maybe you even got a small raise, but it still feels like your money is disappearing. Groceries seem more expensive, your electric bill feels heavier, and by the end of the month, there's less and less left, even though your lifestyle hasn't really changed. The problem isn't how much you're earning, it's what that money can still buy. Month after month, your income loses strength. What looks like financial stability is actually silent erosion. And while you're adjusting by tightening your budget, the system is profiting from your passivity. The difference is, some people don't wait for the damage to pile up before they act. They spot the signs early, stay informed, adjust their lifestyle, cut unnecessary expenses, and look for new income streams or growth opportunities. Instead of denying reality, they face it head-on. This kind of readiness comes from the clarity of understanding that everything changes, even the value of money itself. Seeing what's shifting, even if slowly, allows for smarter, less reactive decisions. Losing purchasing power is only invisible to those who don't want to see it. Here, the key is to cultivate vigilance and proactivity. Small, conscious actions are worth more than big plans that never leave the paper. Ignoring this process is basically helping your own stagnation. And if you think just making more money will fix everything, in the next part, you'll see how they make you pay more without even raising the price. 2. The shrinkflation trap. You buy the same chocolate bar, the same pack of detergent, the same can of soup, but you're getting less. Fewer grams, lower quality, less product overall. And yet, the price stays the same, or even goes up. It's a weird feeling, almost unnoticeable day to day, but it slowly drains your wallet month after month. This strategy has a name: shrinkflation. Companies would rather quietly shrink the size or quality of their products than raise the price outright. It's a way to pass rising costs on to consumers without them noticing. And it works, because we're often too busy to realize we're paying the same for less. For Stoics, deception and illusion are subtle forms of enslavement. Epictetus warned, "Nothing is more deceptive than the appearance of things." Reality doesn't always shout, sometimes it whispers through small details that slip by unnoticed. And when we don't pay attention, we're ruled by the very things we pretend not to see. While most people focus only on the big number on the label, the wealthy look at the real cost of what they're getting. They're not fooled by flashy packaging or catchy slogans. They check the price per unit, cost per gram, value per liter. Their focus is always on the essence, not the appearance. The Stoic move here is to practice mindfulness even in the smallest decisions. By calmly paying attention to what's going into your cart, you take back some of the control that feels lost. Vigilance isn't paranoia, it's an exercise in freedom. And if you think you're safe just because you avoid impulse buying, in the next part, you'll see why simply saving money could be costing you more than you realize. 3. Saving without a purpose. Saving money seems like a smart move, and in many cases, it is. But in times of inflation, letting your wealth sit in a checking or savings account could actually be making you lose money. Not because it disappears, but because, month after month, it loses value. It's like trying to store water in a leaky bucket. It looks full at first, but every day it's worth a little less. What used to buy a full basket of groceries now barely fills half a cart. And it all happens quietly while you feel like you're doing the right thing. The wealthy understand that money only has value when it's put to work. They invest in inflation-indexed assets, real investments, or even their own businesses that generate returns. For them, letting money sit idle means wasting opportunity and taking on risk. In Stoic practice, this kind of vigilance is essential. It's not about paranoia or greed, it's about responsibility. If something is losing value over time and you have the power to act, then ignoring it is a form of negligence. The action here is simple. Start small, but start. Look into investments that are protected against inflation, like government bonds that adjust with inflation or savings accounts that offer inflation-linked returns. Even if you start with a small amount, the important thing is to break the inertia. 4. The debt that grows while you sleep. A lot of people get into debt thinking they're solving an immediate problem. A payment plan here, a small loan there, a credit card balance that keeps rolling over month after month. But what starts out small can turn into a snowball, because with high inflation, interest quietly eats away at your future. While you're trying to get organized, your debt keeps growing, and the amount you owe today, tomorrow it buys even less, but the interest never forgets about you. In the end, you're not just paying for what you consumed, you're handing over your future income to a system that feeds on your urgency. The wealthy, on the other hand, use debt as a tool. They borrow cheap money to invest in things that generate even higher returns: real estate, businesses, productive assets. They understand that if the cost of debt is lower than the returns they're making, they're actually profiting from inflation. Stoic thinking comes in here as a filter for decisions. It's not about whether you have debt, it's about knowing why you have debt. Having clarity about the consequences and acting with purpose is what separates conscious use from emotional traps. In practice, if the debt you have isn't helping you grow or setting you free in the long run, it's holding you back and should be avoided at all costs. Focus on breaking free from high-interest cycles and ask yourself, is this debt serving me or am I serving it? And if you think you're already doing the right thing by investing, just wait until you see why some profits might be nothing more than pure illusion. 5. Profits that fool your eyes. You invest, you see the numbers going up on your account statement, and you feel like you're on the right track. But when you compare it to rising prices, you realize your returns are barely keeping up with the cost of living. Your money is growing, but not fast enough to truly protect you. This is illusory profit. Your balance goes up, but your financial freedom stays stuck. It happens when you invest without a real strategy, just to do something with your money. Conservative assets can definitely play an important role in providing stability, but on their own, they often aren't enough to preserve your purchasing power over time. The wealthy understand this. They don't abandon security, but they diversify smartly. They balance stability and growth, constantly checking if their portfolio is really keeping up with inflation or just putting on a good show. The Stoic mindset here is all about conscious action. It's not enough to invest and forget. You have to review, learn, adjust, and make decisions with clarity. Investing too passively means trusting your future to luck, and that doesn't fit with true responsibility. The practical move is simple. Track your portfolio's real growth, study assets that have the potential to outpace inflation, and diversify with a clear purpose. Being an active investor, in the Stoic sense, means not handing over your autonomy to complacency. Inflation isn't just a number released by the government. It's a continuous, subtle, and often invisible process, quietly draining your wallet, your plans, and your freedom while everything seems normal. If you're not paying attention, it will keep working in the background. But the truth is, you don't need to be an expert or rich to start protecting yourself. You just need to see things more clearly, question what's always seemed obvious, and make small decisions consciously. That alone puts you ahead of most people and closer to taking control of your financial life. Now tell me, which of the 5 traps surprised you the most? Drop your answer in the comments. If you got value from this video, make sure to like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who's rethinking how they handle money. That way, you'll help bring more content about Stoicism and finances straight to you. And remember, attention is the simplest and most powerful form of freedom. Stay on the path to prosperity. Until we meet again.